Food and folklore are intrinsically linked, weaving together the wisdom of plants, the stories of ancestors, and the practices of daily life. The recipes we inherit are much more than instructions. They are narratives that connect us to our cultural heritage, local traditions, and the natural world around us. These cultural tales carry the joy and pain of those who came before us, encapsulated in the plants they used and the dishes they created. Just as folklore varies from one region to another, so do recipes, reflecting the unique environment and history of each place. Throughout history, the knowledge of plants and their uses has been passed down through generations, often through storytelling. This oral tradition preserves the secrets of healing herbs, the rituals of the harvest, and the customs of communal feasting. Every ingredient in a traditional recipe has a story, a symbolic meaning, or practical use that has been honed over centuries. The act of preparing and sharing food is a way to honour these traditions, to remember the lessons of the past, and to connect with the rhythms of nature. In many cultures, plants are not just seen as sources of nourishment, but as sacred beings with their own spirits and powers. The elder tree, with its sweet and heady flowers, is revered in many European traditions. It is believed to be protected by fairy folk and to harbour powerful spirits within its hollow trunk. The elder's red sap is a warning to those who might harm it, signifying both the tree's capacity for vengeance and its role as a guardian of justice. Cutting down an elder tree is thought to invite misfortune, reflecting the deep respect and caution with which our ancestors approached the natural world. Similarly, sweet woodruff, with its delicate leaves and sweet scent, has long been associated with victory and triumph. This plant, often used in May Day celebrations and springtime rituals, symbolises the renewal of life and the triumph of light over darkness. Incorporating sweet woodruff into a recipe is not just a culinary choice, but a nod to its historical and symbolic significance. The folklore surrounding these plants and many others teaches us about the interconnectedness of life, the importance of respecting nature, and the wisdom of our ancestors. By learning and preserving these stories, we maintain a connection to the land and to the people who have shaped our culinary heritage. And so to tell this story, we look to Cornwall. With its rugged cliffs and hidden coves, it has long been a land of piskies, giants, fairies and witches. This reputation was cemented in the late 19th century with the advent of mass tourism, which painted Cornwall as a land apart. Belief in witchcraft was a serious part of Cornish life for the past 500 years, offering explanations for misfortune and illness and providing a measure of moral conduct. From the 14th century, notions of sorcery mingled with Christian beliefs, creating a fear of witches who could inflict harm with Satan's aid. Witchcraft accusations often involved neighbours and friends, affecting close-knit village communities and their economies. The 17th century saw numerous witch trials with individuals accused of bewitching cattle or murdering children. Cunning folk and pellers thrived in Cornwall into the early 20th century. These practitioners of folk magic detected and removed malevolent witchcraft and offered charms for protection. Their services were essential in an era when unexplained illness or livestock deaths could devastate livelihoods. Our tale takes place in Boscastle, with its rugged cliffs, natural harbour, and sea-beaten coves. It was an ideal place for smugglers and for witches to sell the wind. As we delve deeper into Cornwall's mystical past, we encounter the enigmatic figure of Joan White. Often called the Fighting Fairy Woman of Bodmin. Born in 1775 in Bodmin, Joan was famed as a clairvoyant and healer, using her knowledge of herbs and sympathetic magic. Joan's later years were marred by a severe tooth abscess, which caused her to become ill-tempered and often involved in public brawls. Accused of witchcraft and being possessed by the devil due to her erratic behaviour and extraordinary strength, she was eventually imprisoned in Bodmin Jail, where she died of pneumonia at the age of just 38. Her body did not find peace immediately, however. She was displayed for many years in the Museum of Witchcraft in Boscastle as a curiosity. Her bones were used in seances and pranks, leading to reports of poltergeist activity. It was believed that her spirit desired a proper burial, and she was finally laid to rest in 1998 outside the perimeter of Boscastle Minster Church, respecting both her potential pagan beliefs and also the request of the church, who would not allow her body to be buried on consecrated ground. And her grave reads, "No longer abused." Chapter 4. Victory Scones. The legacy of Cornish witchcraft, folklore and cunning folk is a tapestry of resilience and the pursuit of justice. The elder tree, with its association with fairy folk and vengeance, and sweet woodruff, representing victory, encapsulate the spirit of this land. As we walk through Cornwall's landscape, we remember Joan White not as a figure of fear, but as a symbol of resilience and the enduring power of truth. In honour of these traditions and stories, we present victory scones. Many witches and those accused of witchcraft, like Joan White, were condemned and misunderstood, but they've left a lasting legacy. These scones remind us that indeed, hell hath no fury like a woman sconed. By embracing the folklore and the lessons of plants like elder and sweet woodruff, we honour the wisdom passed down through generations. We acknowledge the injustices of the past and celebrate the enduring spirit of those who once used their knowledge and skills to heal and protect. The winds that once whispered of witchcraft now carry tales of redemption, triumph, and humanity's resilience over fear.